What up, good people, and welcome to Track Tuesday, another edition of Montez at Midday. Serta Pro Painters presents Montez at Midday. I'm your host, Dre Montez. How's everyone doing today? In the building, getting the feeling, making it feel good and great and feeling appreciated. Got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug it out. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, I'm telling you, with that weather we had last night, good night of sleep. Make you a nice pot of coffee when you wake up in the morning. Make yourself a good breakfast. That right there just settles the day, eases his pain. Is best way I can put it for sure. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. We do appreciate it here at Montez at Midday. Do yourself a favor and visit the website at www.dremontez.com. If you're following on Facebook, hello Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We're on the TikTok, and I need my oldest son to help me out going live on TikTok because I tried to do it the other day and I did something wrong. So I'm going to wait till I get a hold of him so he can walk me through the process to do this the right way. And we'll be doing the show on TikTok live as well with the nice little backdrop and all of that for sure. Thanks to all the folks that tune into the other show, D&D Presents Don't Get Butthurt. It comes to you each and every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Thank you for the feedback. Seems like we've hit a nerve with people that kind of like the banter that we give back and forth. Again, it's not your typical show. It's not scripted at all. We just have bullet points and just go from there once we hit record. So you get a chance to catch another episode of it this coming Monday, again at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. To the point, we've already been offered an opportunity to go to a studio and do a show from someone else's studio. So that's pretty cool right there. That right there is pretty cool. So again, it's D&D. Don't Get Butthurt each and every Monday for sure. I got a special little announcement here to let you know this Saturday coming up at Friendly's in South City at 3503 Roger Place from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. They're having a fundraiser. One employee's there, friend of the family, friend of the show, friend of the neighborhood, Mr. Phil. Phil lost his daughter last month. They're having a fundraiser. She has a 2-year-old kid, so we're going to help Phil out this Saturday. Fundraiser, 50-50, raffle, food, prizes, great people, great crowd, pet friendly and dog approved. So this Saturday at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. having a fundraiser for Ollie, Phil's daughter. And it's taking place at Friendly's, 3503 Roger Place. Stop on by, say hello if you get a chance. All right, those birthday folks out there, where you at? Where them birthday people at? Who birthday is it today? Who birthday is going to the track? Who going to the track today? Who going? Who going to the track today? Who going to the track? Who going to the track on their birthday? I think if you go to the track on your birthday, you deserve it. You deserve to go to the track on your birthday. And if that works out for you, that is the best way it can be and shall be for sure. So if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all the birthday folks out there. If today is your anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you're just having a great day and you just want to give yourself an attaboy, attagirl, go ahead. It's okay. Give yourself an old pat on the back. You deserve it. And pats on the back go a long way for sure. All right, let's get on into it. Last Thursday was the first NFL game. We know what happened with the Kansas City Football Chiefs. We know what happened with them in Detroit. Crazy game, considering what happened now with Mr. Jones. He's back with the team. The receiver throwing shade at the fan base. He takes off his Twitter account because he couldn't handle all that smoke coming back at him. Then he comes back with his account and wants to trash his former team on the Giants' performance over the weekend. Now he gets rid of that account. So I'm what we doing here? But I would like to point out, as much as I give them a bad deal, want to give them a report card after every game because they failed miserably last Thursday in the Chiefs-Detroit game. by missing 27 false starts committed by the Kansas City Football Chiefs. Right there in front of you. You didn't see it. It was right there in front of him. You didn't see it. Susan, he didn't see it. But I would like to take all that back because what I saw from the referee standpoint on Sunday's games, I see the effort. I see the attempt. I see the room for improvement. I like that. I like the communication, how they were getting together. Who saw the call? Are you sure? Okay. I like that. You didn't take too much time. You got to the point. Fair, respectful call. Now, if we can keep that up, I'm very proud of that situation. It's when it gets out of hand and moving in a whole direction I never saw it coming, even thought it would be at, for sure. I just didn't see it that way. But I would like to applaud the officiating over the weekend, or Sunday for sure, with the NFL. They made me proud. Let's keep up the good work. For sure, let's keep up the good work. Well, Monday Night Football. It was historic on the date in the matchup for the return of Aaron Rodgers. New face in town. All kind of emotions all over the place. What's this going to look like? They became a fan favorite because of the HBO show Hard Knocks, for sure. A lot of people were rooting for this team. When you see something on Hard Knocks, you kind of get an interest of a player that's not a household name, so you kind of keep your eye on that. Case in point, the kid that scored the game-winning touchdown. The way he almost thought he didn't make the team, the way coach kind of toyed with him. I mean, he barely made the team, but he made the team. And look how impactful that was. So things have a pattern. But on that game last night, going into this game, there was a bar in Wisconsin that said, if the Jets lose, we covering all drinks. Everybody drink for free if the Jets lose. So imagine that fan base when Aaron Rodgers went down. They're double fisting, they're high-fiving. We got this in the bag. And as I was watching the show with a good friend of mine, Calabasas, or Cassie Joe, as we like to call it, watching Monday Night Football, college football with women is a different experience. They get so into it to the fact she lost her voice. True story. But when Rodgers went down and they put Zach Wilson in, and it didn't look right off the beginning. For one, there was no backup plan to have plays for Mr. Zach White. So they finished out the first half the best they could. That defense showed up and showed out. In 3 games, the Jets pretty much had Josh Allen's number, 13 sacks. That defense is not playing. So they kept the game reachable because the defense was doing this thing. And then that second half came because at halftime, this is when they included a game plan for Zach. Now, here goes some plays for Zach to run. Okay. Completely different second half. Look at the possessions that Buffalo had. And I could have sworn the last time we saw a butt fumble, it was involving the Jets and Mark Sanchez. We saw another butt fumble last night, but involving Josh Allen. I, state your name, have the Jets defense in my friendliest fantasy football league. So I won my game last night. I beat Eric, Tabitha's man, or Tabithia, as we like to call her. But shame on that bar and those patrons for trying to benefit some free alcohol. I'd have done the same damn thing too. I mean, boo, another round. But I would have kept it. When I saw how the third quarter went, I probably would have stopped drinking. Where my tab at? Let me get a tab check on that. Okay. That's manageable. Let's do it. But some of those folks are scratching their head, making business decisions, calling their wives and husbands. I need you to come down and bring me some money. When that second half started, there was a completely different atmosphere. The crowd was out of the game. Buffalo did not take advantage of it. The crowd was out of the game. Hope was lost. Gone. Just gone out the window. But the composure of the Jets the tenacity of that defense, the mindset of the offensive coordinator, the play calling, the calmness, ease in its pain, the running game, special team. That game had everything. That game had everything last night. And I know the date, a lot of people are going through some emotional things. Prayers and strength to everyone out there concerning that. But on the backside of things, we saw how important or meaningful a sporting event can mean and do for people. 9/11, the New York Mets and the Braves played a baseball game. And they happened to be the first sporting franchise at that time to get back to business, considering what happened on 9/11. And watching a documentary, watching MLB Network, how they broke that film down, former players that were involved and managers, what that game meant, fans, in the beginning to make that decision, as in with football, to make that decision to resume back after such a tragic event like that. And now going back and seeing that video, what it meant to people, to hear them talk about it today and what it meant for them then. They needed that. It was a way to release, and then how involved the players were. At that time, it may look like the Braves and the Mets were playing each other. But no, that was just one game for us. That was one game for us to heal and to come together and try to figure out something. That's what that game was to me. How engaging the players was. Because I think sometimes the players get so caught up in trying to win, satisfy the fans, satisfy the owners. They forget to really have a sense of, I'm human too. I have feelings, I have emotions too. For them to sit back and capture it all and realize what platform they're on, what stage they're on, what it means to be a professional athlete. I think all that came to grips in that game at that moment. If you've never seen what I'm talking about, I'm quite sure you can find on any YouTube, any streaming service, especially considering the month we're in and what the date was yesterday. You can find it. It is an amazing documentary, and to go back and see it again, because some of the things you probably forgot about, what was said, what was mentioned, the significance of certain things that was there, the speakers that were there, what led up to the decision, all of that was on the line. And it was a beautiful moment that was captured in documentary. It's spectacular. Again, if you just tuned into the show, thank you so much. This is Montez at Midday. We talked about the NFL refs already. I'm not being as hard on them as last Thursday. Ward, I think you were a little hard on the Beaver last night. But did you see those non-false starts call? Okay. Much better job on Sunday. Monday Night Football had a weird ending to the game, very exciting. But the game itself, the Buffalo Bills missed several opportunities to win that game, take control of that game. The crowd was not in the game anymore once Aaron Rodgers went down. If you have not heard, torn Achilles, he is out for the year. Now here comes the decision. Is age a factor? You're not going to be 100% when you come back. The rehab on this situation is totally different from quarterbacks to receivers to linemen to running backs. It all depends on what position you play. And age is, I know what Aaliyah was saying, age ain't nothing but a number. Okay. We saw Drew Brees age 7 years in 3 games. We saw it. Susie, remember that? Okay. I don't want to say put him out to the barn and shooting, boss, but Aaron Rodgers and his team really has to come to a conversation and discussion about realism. And also, who should the Jets go out and get? I heard Brady. I hear Wentz. I hear maybe even Cam Newton. I mean, all kind of names. Who's at home, not doing a damn thing, irritating their wife, messing up their wife routine in time with her side dude. Come on now, you know what happens. You know what's going on. You know I had to put that in there. You just know I had to throw that in there. You know, that's just me being me. You know how that got to be sometimes. All right, we're going to take a short break right here and come back with a little bit more talk and discussion on what you can do for your employees in the workplace. Be right back with more Montez at Midday. Worth my sponsor.
St. Louis, are you suffering from depression? Our advanced mental health treatments offer support to those facing depression. Supported by science and over 1 million treatments administered, A countless number of lives have been revitalized with our newfound healing process. Because your well-being matters, we have 2 convenient St. Louis locations dedicated to your transformative pursuit of mental wellness. We understand the importance of informed decisions. Research, discover, and take the first step toward a brighter tomorrow. Visit palmiertms.com to uncover more about our non-drug treatment for depression, covered by all major insurance plans. Let us stand by your side on this journey towards mental wellness. Contact us today.
All right, good people, and welcome back to Montez at Midday on this Track Tuesday. Who's going to the horse track today? Who's going? FanDuel and the horse track over in Collinsville. Well, Jets fans, hang in there. I know you've been through this before with Vinny Testaverde and the Jets and with Chad Pennington from Marshall. I know. When the star player goes down at the beginning of the season, there's so many things that we don't think about until the midpoint of the season, how the effect is going to have. But I think the Jets don't get down on them. This could be something to push them because guys will count on this day only shot at the Super Bowl based on the hype of getting a player quarterback the likes of Aaron Rodgers. That changes the game. It's like when Peyton Manning came to Denver. The expectations were high. We don't have that much time. This son of a bitch old. We got to get it now. Got to get it now. So hang in there. All right now. Helping employees win. Helping your employees win. When I saw this little study, I thought it'd be pretty cool because I remember when I was in corporate America how they used to do this. Get to know your employees. What pushes them on a personal level that they carry on into work? Who their favorite artists meet? What motivates them? You find all that out, and you find someone on a common ground that has an unusual, successful track record to come in and speak to your employees. And you can see different ways to utilize different skill sets out there to help you, whatever it may be, for your employees to get some motivation. Because right now, let's face it, since COVID, the motivation has kind of went down a little bit, and we need to bring that back and think outside of the box again. Go back to some conventional ways. Get real people in front of people instead of just a recording of a seminar. Get some touch to it. Get some feel. Get some vibrations going through the body when you bring in the right speaker to your employees, and they can use those tools and resources to help them. But a lot of companies really did that a lot in the 90s up to the mid-2000s. But for some reason, we kind of got off that track record because I think we have relied a little bit too much on technology instead of that one-on-one interpersonal skills with people. And things like that, I think that would really boost employee morale. You know how the field trips used to be back in the day, or you take a ropes course, the challenging courses to push you. It gave you like that guerrilla advertising effect to it. You know, to keep that engine going, get out of neutral, get out and get in the drive, get out of park and get in the drive. Things like that by bringing different people in with different successful track records and stories to bring to your employees to show them what they use to perpetuate their career and put them on the right track record to be ideally successful, or showing great positive growth. Getting people like that around and in front of your employees. So that's what I mean by helping your employees win, because in the bottom line, they work for you. Don't you want a strong and energized staff working for you? Then a lot of people that are just hitting that reset button a little bit too many times a day. Can you imagine working a full 8 to 10 hour shift? I'm sorry. Who the hell work 8 hours? That's a part-time job. So your 10 to 12 hour days or 10 to 15 hour days, imagine not having to hit the reset button just because you're getting these influential people speaking to you about being successful, being motivated, being energized, attacking the process, just being in that mode all the time. I guarantee that it'll take that reset button effect away for sure. All right, moving right along. There's a movie that came out in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, The Program, with James Caan and Craig Schaefer, Omar Epps. fictitious school program looks like Florida State. Now, when this movie came out, they omitted one scene, I think, after the first month when he's laying in the middle of the street to show his toughness, how he's mentally prepared for this game, laying down in traffic. And believe it or not, yes, some kids tried that. True story. Guess what state? Florida, Susan. I know. Next time, let me finish. Let me finish next time. But this movie captures so many things at that time was going on in IRL, in real life, at colleges and universities, but nobody was really paying attention to it and taking it seriously. Had a lot of back-to-school specials on it. Steroid abuse, that was in there. Alcohol abuse is in there. Parent neglect, all he wanted was his dad to come and watch him play. That's all he wanted. Left his dad tickets at the game, front row seat, playing against Michigan. His dad left him handed. Got to deal with that abandonment effect. You also had sexual abuse going on. That was going on through the roof at colleges and universities, and they still have an issue with that right now. As well as the competitive nature of playing and being recruited in football in the 80s and 90s, how the illegal shenanigans was shown in this movie. It had so many messages in this movie, and I don't think it gets the prestige that it should get for as a teach-back tool on what not to do when you go to college, on what not to do when you're trying to pursue a football career in college. And also your backup plan. What are you going to do if you get hurt? They addressed that several times in there as well. And you had your stereotypical things going on. The black on black, the light-skinned guy versus the dark-skinned guy trying to win the affection of Holly Berry, who comes from a two-parent home, educated parents who don't want her being seen with a black guy that wears a do-rag or bandana. All that was in here. All of that was in there. The big ogre white guy who's deemed to be not smart, but is super freakishly smart. All of that was captured in this movie, The Program. If you haven't seen it in a long time, check it out. Check it out for sure. All right. I know this is going to be on the minds of everybody after what has happened to Aaron Rodgers. Should have been on grass. Nothing wrong with turf, artificial grass. They should play on something that's safe. Was it the grass? Was it the turf fault? It was an injury to a 39-year-old man. It's going to happen. It's part of the game. That's what they tell us every time we get hurt. It's a part of the game. But the logical explanation and the real talk is going on about grass, turf, artificial, natural, all of it. Where to get the grass from? What are those black pellets that come up out of the turf? What is that? Is that cancerous? All these discussions are going on to figure out a way to make the game a little bit more safer for NFL and collegiate players alike, even down the low road to high school. The injury situation with turf, grass, artificial, natural, all of that is through it's all collected data that folks are trying to figure out. You want speed, you want comfort, you want safety. We want all of it. Is there a true concoction out there that can make something to satisfy everyone? I think it is, but it's going to be expensive no matter how you look at it. What does that mean? They're going to go up on our streaming fees again. Because for some reason, PlayStation Network now done went from $49.99 to $79.99. What I do? I don't even play all the free games I get every month. Who has the time? But you want to charge me $30 extra. For what? So when it comes to this grass, natural, artificial, turf, what's the best thing to do here? What's the best thing to make the best sense for sturdiness, maintenance, safety, player approved, league approved? That's going to satisfy everybody. They need to get a panel and a board going on that for sure. We're coming to the end of Major League Baseball season. We know here in St. Louis, we've been out of it since early part of May. Sad story. Maybe if we would have handled the Contreras, the Tyler O'Neill base running incident, kept that in-house, treated Jordan Walker a little better than we did, maybe we're in a different light. But it's okay to go from 97 wins to where we're at right now. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming, but it is what it is. They are who we thought they are. But free agency is about to get interesting. Mike Trout could possibly be on the building blocks. And what about old Blake Snell? Huh? What about old Blake Snell? Huh? Blankety Blake, Blake, Blake. Blake Snell. We're always talking what here in St. Louis? Pitching. Pitching. But we don't do what? We don't spend big money on players. Well, I think it's time to cut the cord on that shit. We've had enough of what we used to could do. It's not used to could do working anymore. It's like somebody found our cheat code, our black book, our password to our Mac. They found it. They found it. And now we're looking like we don't know how to play or compete and manage strategically a Major League Baseball roster to put out there and compete each and every game. Now, what we did to the Braves for those 2 games, unexplainable. Unexplainable. We got to figure out a way to get Wayno these 2 wins. We want 200 to close out this year. All hands on the building. All hands on the building. That's it right there. That's it. So I guess the Jets fans are pissed off. They did not get a free tab. That's what you get. If you're coming to my bar establishment just to drink for free because another team your guy played for doesn't play for them anymore, and now you in your feelings and you want to drink for free if they lose, that's what you get. The football gods were out there, weren't they? I don't know how many women lost their voice last night. I know Cassie Joe did. She lost her voice for sure. By the way, Cassie Joe, Dee, and Maggie, they're appearing in the cover of RFT. They got their Charlie's Angels pose going on at the music at the intersection. So get your copy of RFT today and check out the Charlie's Angels of Tile South. Don't forget Saturday, Friendly South City fundraiser going on. Help out the family of Phil as his daughter passed away last month. Miss Ollie. It's going on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Friendly's in South City, 3503 Roger Place. College football, pet friendly, kid approved. Patio looks outstanding, thanks to Boiler Man and Tall Mark as well, and the rest of you that really helped out. Great food, great service, great time as well. Shout out to Tower Pub as well. Great football and pet-friendly bar as well on Morgan Ford. I don't know what you're doing tomorrow. If you try and do some karaoke, get on over to the Haunt in South City. My man Chris going to be getting it in. Get over there and get my karaoke on. Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you so much for tuning to today's show, and thank you for your comments and support of the show on Mondays, D&D. Don't get butthurt. Each and every Monday right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tomorrow we have 2 shows for you as we have another episode of Who's to Blame the podcast will be out tomorrow, new episode. As well at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, another episode of Montez at Midday. So, guess it's time to figure out a way to get to the track and get this in because I'm going to the track. We got dollar sodas, $1.50 burgers, $1.50 draft, $1.50 hot dogs. Woo! 8 races. The weather is nice. Alex on the call. Beat me there. Don't see me there. One last commercial, and I'll come back and say goodbye to you.
Mountain Man as smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
All right, good folk. Thank you again for tuning into the show. It's been a pleasure as always and a blast. Don't forget to appreciate the details of the day. Thanks for watching, Mom, Dad, Sis, Brother, and the Dre 6. Peace out. I holla, as they say in the hood.